In today's video, I will give you the basic illustration for up and show you how all the definitions are logically related to it. Here is the basic picture, something rising to a higher position. Don't worry about whether it's a verb, preposition, or adverb, because in all of the following examples, the idea of moving higher is very clear, regardless of the part of speech. Example 1. The sun comes up at about 5:45. Of course, the sun seems to rise above the horizon in the morning. 2. Pull your socks up. This simple action needs no explanation. 3. Speak up. I can't hear you. We are telling someone to raise the volume of his or her voice, to speak louder. 4. Turn the TV up a bit, would you? As in the previous example, the sound of the television is not loud enough, so we are asking someone to increase the volume. 5. You'll have to think up a better excuse than that. Look for a more convincing reason for me to believe you. Find a more believable one down somewhere in your memory. Surely you can bring one up and tell me. 6. Don't bring up the subject. You know how sensitive they are about it. Bring, you will remember, means to carry something toward the speaker. So, bring up means to mention something, to say it in front of them, to bring it to their attention. Sensitive people may not like the topic of conversation that you bring up. 7. Competition for market share is heating up. When companies such as Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola produce a similar product, they will naturally fight for a bigger share of the market. And, like runners in a foot race, they become hotter and hotter as they strive to win. In other words, the heat increases, or we can say the race heats up. 8. We will fly from Shanghai up to Beijing. Naturally, since Beijing is north of Shanghai, it's easy to understand why up is used to indicate this direction. 9. She climbed up the steps. A set of stairs or steps allows a person to go to a higher level, or to climb up. 10. We sailed our boat up the river. Water naturally flows from higher to lower ground. So when a boat goes up a river, it is moving against the flow of water, most likely in a northerly direction. 11. Let's go up the road for something to eat. Roads and streets can be said to go either up or down, depending on the speaker's location. Either way, both directions indicate distance away from the speaker. Originally, most towns were near the sea or on a river. Uptown was away from the water where people lived, while downtown was the area nearest the water where goods could be transported by boat, then bought and sold. 12. Haircuts are $30 and up. Prices for haircuts begin at $30 and can be much more. 13. They've upped their offer by 10%. Shall we take it? Up here is a verb meaning to increase or to raise. So the buyers have increased the amount of money they are willing to pay by 10%. In this next group of sentences, The idea of moving higher includes the meaning of to finish or to do something completely. 14. After Dad's illness, our savings are all used up. Unfortunately, this family has spent all of their money to pay for Dad's medical bills. Their savings are completely gone. 15. We ended up lost in the countryside. After walking around the countryside for hours, we found ourselves completely lost. So, end up means the final result of doing something. We finished our walk by getting lost. 16. The company bought up all the land in the surrounding area. The company bought all of the land in the neighborhood for their own use, probably to keep others from building there. 17. With all this hot weather, the lake has dried up. With no rain, the water in the lake has disappeared completely, leaving the ground dry and cracked. 18. Where are you going all dressed up like that? The original meaning of to dress is to arrange or decorate, such as to dress a shop window or to dress a chicken before roasting it. When a person dresses up, he or she puts on their best clothes and arranges their hair and makeup, usually for some special occasion, such as a party or a formal dinner. 19. She tore up the designs she had been working on. In other words, she completely destroyed the drawings by tearing them, pulling them to pieces with her hands. 20. They boarded up the windows. When wooden boards completely cover a window like this, we say it is boarded up. The window is covered from the bottom to the top with wooden boards. 21. The woman was tied up. This woman was completely tied so she could not escape from her kidnapper. 22. Add up these figures for me. If we have a list of numbers and need the total, we must add all the figures from the first number to the last, from the bottom to the top, or, in other words, completely. 23. I've been reading up on the topic, so I'm familiar with the arguments. When we study a topic as much as possible, we study up on it or read up on it. We try to learn it thoroughly or completely. A trip to the library is a good way to do that. 24. This table seats up to 20 people. One person can sit at this table, or 20 people can, but no more than 20. We can increase the number of people from 1 up to 20 with no problem. 25. So many families are up to their ears in debt. When we stand in a river or a swimming pool, the water may come up to our chest, our neck, or even up to our ears. If the water is up to our ears, we could easily drown. So, if this couple owes so much money that they are up to their ears, we know the problem is very serious. We can also say this couple is drowning in debt. As a quick review, keep in mind that all of these 25 examples with up are in some way rising higher and higher, as in illustration A, or when something reaches the highest point, it is obviously complete or finished, as in illustration B. Now, go on to part 2 with more examples of up. As always, you can subscribe for more videos like this one to help you understand English phrases. Thank you for watching.